7 years ago, Marcus chose money over family. Now, standing at his ex-wife's door, the millionaire's hands shake as he prepares to face the son who doesn't remember him and the woman he abandoned. Tonight, everything changes. Before watching full story, comment below from where are you watching. Also like and subscribe for more stories. The black car pulled up slowly in front of the small house on Maple Street. Inside, Marcus sat gripping the steering wheel, his hands shaking slightly. 7 years. 7 long years since he had walked out of this house, leaving behind the woman he loved and the 3-year-old boy who called him daddy. He looked at the modest home through his windshield. The paint was peeling a little and the garden looked different, smaller, more practical. Sarah always did like her flowers, but now he saw vegetables growing where roses used to bloom. It told a story he didn't want to think about. A story of choosing necessity over beauty, of making hard choices alone. Marcus took a deep breath and stepped out of the car. His expensive suit felt wrong here, too fancy for this quiet street. He walked slowly to the front door, each step heavier than the last. When he reached the porch, he noticed a small bicycle leaning against the wall. Red with training wheels. His heart clenched. Tommy would be 10 now. Before he could change his mind, he knocked. The door opened and there she was. Sarah. Her brown hair was shorter now, and there were lines around her eyes that hadn't been there before. But she was still beautiful. Still the woman he had fallen in love with 12 years ago. Marcus. Her voice was barely a whisper. Hello, Sarah. He couldn't think of anything else to say. They stood there for a moment just looking at each other. 7 years collapsed into nothing. 7 years expanded into forever. What are you doing here? She asked, her hand still on the door handle. I wanted to see you. Both of you. To talk. Sarah's face hardened slightly. 7 years, Marcus. 7 years of nothing. No calls, no letters, no birthday cards for Tommy. And now you just show up. He deserved that. He deserved much worse. I know I have no right to be here. But I had to come. I've been thinking about you both every single day. Mom? Who is it? A young voice called from inside the house. Sarah's eyes never left Marcus's face. It's someone we used to know, honey. A boy appeared beside Sarah, and Marcus felt his breath catch. Tommy. His son. The little boy who used to ride on his shoulders, who used to beg for bedtime stories, was now tall and lean, with Sarah's brown eyes and his own stubborn chin. Tommy looked up at the stranger curiously. Do I know you? The question hit Marcus like a punch. His own son didn't recognize him. I'm Marcus. I knew you when you were very little. Oh. Tommy seemed to accept this easily, the way children do. Mom, can I go back to my homework? Of course, sweetheart. Tommy disappeared back into the house and Sarah stepped out onto the porch, closing the door behind her. He doesn't remember me, Marcus said quietly. He was 3, Marcus. What did you expect? They stood in silence for a moment, the weight of 7 years between them. Why now? Sarah asked. Why are you here now? Marcus ran his hand through his hair, a gesture Sarah remembered well. I built everything I thought I wanted. The company is worth millions now. I have houses, cars, everything money can buy. But I'm empty, Sarah. Completely empty. I wake up every morning in my big house and all I can think about is what I gave up. What I threw away. You didn't throw it away, Sarah said, her voice hard. You chose to leave it. You chose your ambition over your family. I know, and I've regretted it every single day since. Sarah wrapped her arms around herself. Do you know what it was like? Being pregnant with Tommy, watching you work later and later, caring more about your business deals than about us? And then you just left. Said you needed space to focus on your career. Marcus closed his eyes. I was young and stupid. I thought I could have it all later. I thought if I just worked hard enough, made enough money, I could come back and give you everything. We didn't need everything, Marcus. We needed you. The words hung in the air between them. Marcus felt tears burning his eyes. I know. God, Sarah, I know that now. But I was so afraid of failing, of not being able to provide for you both, that I lost sight of what really mattered. Sarah was quiet for a long moment. Do you know how many times Tommy asked about his daddy? How many times I had to explain why other kids had fathers who came to their school plays and soccer games, but he didn't. Each word was like a knife. What did you tell him? I told him the truth. That his daddy loved him very much but had to go away for work. I never said anything bad about you, Marcus. Even when I was so angry I could barely breathe, I protected your memory for him. Marcus felt a tear slide down his cheek. You're a better person than I ever deserved. I did it for Tommy, not for you. The front door opened again and Tommy peeked out. "Mom, I finished my math homework. Can I watch TV now?" Sarah smiled at her son, and Marcus saw the love in her eyes, the gentle way she touched Tommy's hair. "Sure, honey. But just for an hour, okay?" "Okay." Tommy started to go back inside, then stopped and looked at Marcus again. "Are you staying for dinner? Mom makes really good spaghetti." Marcus looked at Sarah, hope flickering in his chest. Sarah hesitated, then sighed. I suppose you could stay. For a little while." "Thank you," Marcus whispered. Inside the house, Marcus noticed everything. The family photos on the walls, all of Sarah and Tommy together, none of him. The modest furniture, clean but worn. Tommy's school certificates on the refrigerator. A life lived without him but lived fully nonetheless. During dinner, Tommy chattered about school, his friends, his favorite video games. He was bright and funny and kind, everything Marcus had hoped his son would be. Sarah had raised him well, alone. "Tommy," Marcus said carefully, "would you like to hear about when you were little?" Tommy's eyes lit up. "Yeah. Mom doesn't have many pictures from when I was really small." Marcus glanced at Sarah, who nodded slightly. "Well, when you were 2, you used to carry around this stuffed elephant everywhere. You called him Peanut." "Peanut?" Tommy laughed. "That's a funny name for an elephant. You named him that because you said he was the color of peanut butter. And you used to make me read you the same book every night, about a little train that could climb a big mountain." "I think I remember that book," Tommy said excitedly. "It's still in my room somewhere." As Marcus told more stories, he watched Sarah's face soften slightly. These were their memories, the family they had once been. After dinner, Tommy went to his room to get ready for bed. Sarah and Marcus sat on the couch, an awkward distance between them. "He's amazing," Marcus said. "You've done such a good job with him." "It wasn't easy. Especially the first few years. I had to work 2 jobs just to pay rent. My mother helped when she could, but I should have been here. I should have helped." "Yes, you should have." Sarah's voice was quiet but firm. "But you weren't. And we survived without you." Marcus nodded. "I know you don't owe me anything. I know I have no right to ask for forgiveness. But I want to try to make things right. I want to be part of Tommy's life if you'll let me. I want to help now, even if it's too late to help when you really needed it." Sarah was quiet for a long time. "He needs a father figure," she admitted. "He asks about you sometimes. Wonders what you're like if you think about him." "Every day. I think about him every day. I have a picture of him from when he was 3, the only one I took with me. It's on my desk at work. I look at it and wonder who he's becoming, what he likes, what makes him laugh." "Why didn't you call? Why didn't you visit?" Marcus struggled to find the words. "At first, I told myself I was doing it for you, that you were better off without me. Then as the years went by, I became too ashamed. How do you explain to a child why their father just disappeared? How do you come back after so long and ask for forgiveness?" "You just do it," Sarah said simply. "Like you did tonight." Tommy appeared in the doorway in his pajamas. "Mom, can Marcus tell me a bedtime story? Like he used to when I was little?" Sarah and Marcus looked at each other. "If your mom says it's okay," Marcus said carefully. Sarah hesitated, then nodded. "Just one story and then sleep." In Tommy's room, Marcus sat on the edge of the bed and looked around. Soccer trophies on a shelf, drawings taped to the wall, books scattered on a desk. A boy's room full of life and dreams. "What kind of story do you want to hear?" Marcus asked. "Tell me about the little train again. The one that could climb the mountain." So Marcus told the story, the same one he used to tell 7 years ago, about the little engine that said, I think I can, all the way up the mountain. Tommy's eyes grew heavy as he listened, and by the end, he was nearly asleep. "Marcus," Tommy said sleepily. "Yes." "Are you going to come back and visit us again?" Marcus looked toward the doorway where Sarah was standing, listening. "Would you like me to?" "Yeah, I think so. Maybe you could come to my soccer game next Saturday?" Marcus felt his heart swell. "I would love that. If it's okay with your mom." When Tommy was asleep, Marcus and Sarah walked back to the living room. "He likes you," Sarah said. "I can't believe how grown up he is." 7 years, Sarah. "I missed 7 years of his life." "You can't get those back," she said. "But you don't have to miss any more. If you really mean it this time. If you're really ready to be a father." "I am. I know I don't deserve another chance, but if you'll give me one, I won't waste it. I've learned what's important now. It took me too long, but I've learned." Sarah sat down heavily on the couch. "I was so angry with you for so long. I hated you for leaving us. But Tommy needs his father, and I can't do everything alone forever. You shouldn't have to. You should never have had to. They talked until late that night. About the years apart, about Tommy, about what the future might look like. It wasn't easy. There was hurt and anger and disappointment to work through. But there was also love, buried under years of pain but still there. I can't promise it will be easy, Sarah said finally. I can't just pretend the last 7 years didn't happen. Tommy and we've built a life without you. You can't just walk back in and expect everything to be like it was. I don't expect that, Marcus said. I know I have to earn your trust again. Both of you. But I want to try. I want to be the man you both deserved all along. As Marcus prepared to leave that night, Tommy appeared in the hallway again. Are you my daddy? He asked quietly. The question stopped both adults cold. Sarah knelt down beside her son. Yes, sweetheart. This is your daddy. He's been away for a long time, but he came back to see us. Tommy looked at Marcus with serious eyes. Are you going to leave again? Marcus knelt down too, so he was at Tommy's eye level. I made a big mistake when I left before. The biggest mistake of my life. I don't want to make any promises I can't keep, but I can promise you this. I want to be your daddy. I want to come to your games and help with your homework and hear about your day. If you want me to. Tommy considered this seriously. Then he stepped forward and hugged Marcus. It was a small hug, tentative, but it was everything. I missed you, Tommy whispered. Marcus closed his eyes and held his son. I missed you too. More than you'll ever know. As Marcus drove away that night, he looked back at the small house in his rearview mirror. For the first time in 7 years he felt hope. Real hope. It wouldn't be easy to rebuild what he had destroyed. Trust, once broken, takes time to heal. But love was still there. In Sarah's careful kindness, in Tommy's innocent acceptance, in his own transformed heart. He had spent 7 years building a fortune but losing his soul. Now maybe it was time to build something that actually mattered. A family, a second chance, a life worth living. The road ahead was uncertain, full of challenges and difficult conversations and the slow work of earning forgiveness. But for the first time in years, Marcus was ready for that journey. He was ready to be the man his family needed him to be. Some wounds take time to heal. Some bridges take time to rebuild. But love, real love, can survive anything. Even 7 years of silence. Even the deepest regrets. Even the longest journey home.